Sorry about that, babe.
What's up, guys? This is Cody aka the Bear here, Bits and Glory, and we are back with a pickups video. It's been quite a while. I realize that part of the reason is I really haven't been buying much stuff. These pickups are over the course of the last 7.5 months or so. As of the day of this recording, it's very early in June of 2024. So all of this stuff was acquired over the course of 2024, as well as the holiday season. So let's get cracking. I guess first we could start off with... Let's start off with some books and pieces of paper. Alright, so first we have the Cryon Conquest Manual. I got this from Robot City Games. My wife and I went there back, I think around Valentine's Day. I like to scour through their manuals and stuff once in a while, and I got this for $4.99. And I bought it on a whim, to be honest with you. I wasn't quite sure if it was great or what. It's a game that I actually don't even own. I do want to get it at some point. So yeah, just figured to get the manual because I like collecting, you know, complete and box stuff in manuals. Pretty good shape. Well, it turns out this manual is actually pretty sought after. I think if I remember correctly, when I looked it up on eBay, it was like $40 to $50. I didn't realize that when I bought it. I kind of had a feeling it would be worth more than $4.99. But yeah, pretty cool to add that to the collection for pretty cheap. Next are two very random things that my parents actually found for me and gave me. I don't think I'm going to have any room for this, but still cool nonetheless. It's a original Mortal Kombat poster from GamePro. Pretty sick. I mean, honestly, if I could find room for it, I'd like to hang it up. I'm sure, you know, if you know me in real life and you follow the channel long enough, you guys know that I'm not, I don't think I folded this the right way. Yeah, whatever. I'm not a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I was when I was a kid. I'm definitely more of a Street Fighter guy, though, as the years go on. But still, very cool piece of nostalgia. And this is very interesting. This also came from my parents in the same day that they gave me that. Nothing special. This is just like a little advertisement insert, but I thought this was really cool, especially because, you know, I'm big into RPGs. I still have yet to play this one, by the way. But I remember it from when I was a kid, because my neighbor Kyle either had it or rented it. And it's a Saga Frontier, like, insert type thing. Show it to you guys here. Pretty cool stuff. I don't necessarily know what I'm going to do with it. Probably just put it into a, you know, a backboard like I would a comic book and keep it. But yeah, pretty cool. As you guys know, I do like stuff like this. You know, I had that Illusion of Gaia insert. Obviously, the Illusion of Gaia thing was a little bit more elaborate, if you will, but still pretty cool. And I will get to Saga Frontier one day. We're obviously quite a ways away, though. I still have the two other Game Boy games and a bunch of Super Famicom games to rip through until we get there, but I enjoyed the first one that I played, which was what? Final Fantasy Legend, I think it was called in America. Okay, up next we have some guides from Nintendo. Nothing crazy, so we won't spend too much time on it. But we got the, I don't even know how to show this. I was trying to cover my microphone, but I think this is a little bit easier. It's been a while since I recorded these guys, so bear with me. This is the Mario Paint official Nintendo Player's Guide. These guides are really cool. If you guys haven't, you know, seen these before, I do recommend looking into them. They made a bunch for like the NES Atlas, Super Game Boy. I'm drawing a lot of blanks right now. There was an SNES one like around the launch titles. They're very high quality, excuse me, and very, very packed to the brim. You couldn't even imagine that many pages about Mario Paint, but it's true. Oh, it's true. And then next we have the official player's guide for Super Mario World 2, aka Yoshi's Island on the SNES. Also pretty thick, robust, good shape. Believe it or not, I still haven't beaten this game either. I actually got really, really far on it back in college, so probably like 2005 or something. No, excuse me, probably 6 or 7. I was still in high school in 2005. But yeah, I got like really close to the end and never finished it, so maybe this will help me finish it someday. Who knows? And I guess before moving on to these, just give me a second. I totally forgot that I added this to the collection. We're currently playing through Vandal Hearts on the PS1. I'm actually playing through on my Mr. FPGA. I do own it off camera over here somewhere. Pretty good guide. Obviously, it's just like Prima. You know, you get some pictures and stuff. Whoever owned it before me put some highlighters in there, but still cool to have. Helpful. And next, we have some random Nintendo Power issues that I did not have. A couple of older ones. This one is not older, but the price was right and I didn't have it, so I figured I'd grab it. Got the Donkey Kong on the cover. The Game Boy Donkey Kong game, of course, not Super... excuse me. I was watching a Japanese video where Super Donkey Kong, aka Donkey Kong Country. But yeah, really, really good shape. I think the poster was still in here and it was insanely cheap, so I was like, I'll grab it. It was a random issue, volume 61, like one of the random ones I didn't have throughout the SNES era. But now we're getting into some older ones. Now this is in really good shape, even has the poster. It's not attached, but it's still there. The only downside was it actually had a small rip on the cover, and then when I tried to put it into the protective sleeve thing, backboard, it actually got caught and it ripped a little bit more. It was already ripped, but it ripped just a little bit more. But overall, it's in great shape, and the reason why I got it is because of Batman, which is one of my favorite... Obviously, Tim Burton Batman is one of my favorite movies in general. Definitely my favorite superhero movie. The Batman NES game is also one of my favorite games of all time. And you can see here we have Shadowgate. Who doesn't like that? Super Mario 3 and Double Dragon 2 as well. Pretty good issue. Pretty good issue. Obviously, if you have Batman and Shadowgate in there, it's quite awesome. I think River City Ransom's in there as well. But overall, really good shape. Also was a good price. It was the cheapest, best quality one on eBay. It wasn't insanely expensive. Like all the other ones that were around this quality were like $20 more. And this came with the poster, so I'm really happy with it. And then probably my biggest purchase that I made as far as paper goes is Nintendo Power. I believe this is issue 2, right? With the Simon's Quest cover. Now, it's not in great shape, but if you're going to buy a good shape Nintendo Power issue 2, especially if it comes with the poster, which unfortunately the poster has a Simon's Quest map on it, I believe. This did not come with the poster. I sacrificed the poster basically and saved $50. I know, it's crazy, right? I got this for around $50. I think a normal condition copy goes for 100-ish, and then with the posters probably closer to like 125, 150 maybe. Maybe even more if it's in really good shape. Other than this wear and a few bends here and there, it's actually in really good shape. Also goes over Bionic Commando and Super Mario 2. Obviously, it's an early era Nintendo Power. I still don't have Nintendo Power issue 1. One of these days I'll get it, but I'm not, like, I know it's a great collector's piece, but I'm not looking to spend $100+ on a magazine. Probably the next earliest Nintendo Power issue that I want to track down is the one for Zelda 2, which would be pretty cool to have. But I think that concludes for the paper, and now let's get into some vinyls. Alright, so I went a little crazy with these. We're doing some home renovations, and my wife bought me a record player years ago. It hadn't been hooked up because, quite frankly, we didn't have the right size wires and hookups and all that kind of stuff. Well, in the middle of the renovations, I decided to bring everything down here and do a little bit of a different setup, which was actually part of the reason why I had some issues with my Vandal Hearts playthrough. Side note. And I have my record player hooked up again, have for a couple, probably like 3 or 4 weeks now, maybe. Anyway, probably the one thing that I've bought the most over the course of the last 7 months is actually video game vinyl. Now, I'm not gonna go, you know, there's no real order to the way I show this. I just kind of grabbed them out of my vinyl cabinet, so we'll just go over them. I got them from various places. eBay, Amazon, Mondo Shop, might have been One Armor Mercari or something, I can't remember at the moment, but anyway, we'll go through them here. Up first, we have Castlevania. I'm not going to show everything here because some of these are actually in sleeves and bubbles, and I'm not trying to take everything out. But cool stuff. I went pretty hard on a few series. Castlevania is one. This is the Simon's Quest. Really cool. The other cool thing about it too is, I think probably for both of these, right? No, Castlevania 1 is just the soundtrack, but for Simon's Quest, the first side has the NES version of the soundtrack, and then on the other side, it's the Famicom Disk System version, which is pretty sweet. Alright. Up next we have Secret of Mana. This is actually a really cool release. Again, I don't really want to take everything out, but I'll do a little bit for you guys, I guess. The ones that are in the bubbles are really hard to get in and out. I don't have sleeves for everything yet, so I'm trying to protect them. There you go. Really, really cool. Probably gonna actually bump this tomorrow during work. I'm trying to incorporate some stress relieving into my life. And this will definitely go a long way. I'm probably gonna struggle to get this back in. Oh wow, got it, there we go. It's a really thick boy, so don't be hating. Okay, these are actually still sealed. We have Silent Hill 1. Pretty sweet. Now, for those that don't know, I do like the Silent Hill series. I've played the first 3. That's it. My favorite is Silent Hill 1, and then Silent Hill 3. Silent Hill 2 is actually my least favorite, but I do feel like it has the best narrative, and it's the most emotionally connecting game for me for a lot of reasons, which I don't want to get into here. Here's Silent Hill 2. But as far as the soundtracks go, I greatly prefer Silent Hill 1 and 2, so I actually didn't pick up Silent Hill 3. I probably will at some point in the future, but, you know, obviously gotta save some money here and there, right? And I still have yet to play The Room. That's also available on vinyl, so maybe someday. Up next, we have another sealed vinyl, Breath of Fire 2. Really stoked about these, I tell ya. Look at that. So cool. Nothing crazy about them. It's basically the real soundtrack. It's remastered. There's obviously artwork and there's like liner notes. That's pretty much what comes with these for the most part. And this one was new, but I did open it and I actually listened to it already a couple times. Breath of Fire 1 soundtrack, which in my opinion is better than Breath of Fire 2. As far as the soundtrack goes, I think Breath of Fire 2 overall is obviously the better game, but really cool stuff. Open up here and you can see. Look at that. Sweet. Super stoked. And here's a weird one. This particular one I got on eBay. But I had ordered a copy of this, or excuse me, I ordered a Breath of Fire 2 vinyl off of Amazon, and it arrived as this. So when I ordered the Amazon Breath of Fire 2 vinyl, I got Breath of Fire 3. You can actually probably see it. I didn't clean up over here. Ooh, how do I do? There we go. That over there somewhere is actually another copy of Breath of Fire 3 because a place sent it to me incorrectly. I did not order that one from them. I ordered 2. I couldn't return it, and now, after a few weeks of back and forth, they wouldn't let me return it for some reason. It was some kind of glitch, so I ended up getting to keep it and got a refund, which I will be basically giving to friend of the channel Alpha's back for some poutine. But here you go, Breath of Fire 3. Breath of Fire 4 is also out on vinyl, but I do not have it yet. Hopefully someday. And no, I haven't played those games yet, guys. I know. I know. Crazy. And now we are dipping our toes back into Castlevania with Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Super duper cool. Trying to speed up a little bit here. I don't want this pick up this video to be too long. Kind of the same deal if I remember here. I think it's yep, the NES version and the Famicom version. As you guys know, Castlevania 3 has that special sound chip for some extra audio, which is really cool. And again, I'm sorry guys, I don't want to take these out. Take my word for it, it's in there. This is Super Castlevania 4. You're not going to be able to see shit through these. I need more sleeves. I just did these so they're... Yeah, I can't bring it. It's really hard to get these out of here. But this is still sealed. Super Castlevania 4 is probably my favorite soundtrack of the bunch. I'm super stoked to bump that soon. And unfortunately, again, the last 2 are in these. Maybe I'll pull out the last one if it looks like it's falling out already. Hopefully you guys could see this. This is the Demon Souls soundtrack. I believe the vinyl is gold, if I remember correctly. Pretty sweet. I already had Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 on vinyl. I still need to get Sekiro and Bloodborne. They are out of print. I think Sekiro is coming back into print soon, but they're pretty expensive, so I have to pick and choose my time there. And Elden Ring seems to be out of stock, at least in America. It's still in stock in Europe for some reason. But yeah, I grabbed Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 a while ago on vinyl, probably back in 2017, 18, somewhere around there. And I'll pull one out for you guys because it's a little bit easier to get this one out. Phantasy Star 1, baby. Get back in there. There we go. A little disappointed with this, actually. There's really not much to it. I was kind of expecting a little bit more of an illustrious packaging. I guess this is actually, you know what? I lied. Okay. Apparently I didn't see this. I guess I was kind of looking for the fold, the gatefold or whatever it's called. Look at that. Gold cartridge box there for the Master System. It's like a Mark III. So yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? I take it all back. I take it all back. This is quality stuff here. Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4 also came out in vinyl, and I think they did like Phantasy Star Online and shit too. I would love to get the rest of the Phantasy Star games on vinyl at some point, but I also haven't played those yet. I do know the soundtracks though. I've listened to them a few times, but I grabbed this one because Phantasy Star 1 is a banger and a near and dear to the Bits and Glory channel. Covered it a while ago, and we also streamed it a year or two ago. But that's it for the vinyls, and let's get on to the games and wrap this up. Alright, up first we have the EverDrive 64 X7 from Crix. My wife got this for me for Christmas. To my knowledge, unless things have changed in the last 6-7 months, this is the top of the line N64 flash card. I bought one a while ago, ended up selling it to upgrade to this. Basically, it just has, compared to the other one that I had, has more RAM, better FPGA. It has faster loading. You could actually play NES ROMs on it, which, you know, I don't really care about. Also accepts patches. I can't remember if the other one did or not. And I think this has, like, battery backup, and it has possibly a clock in it, if I remember correctly. Because don't the Pokemon games utilize something as well? Obviously the Game Boy ones do, but I think the N64 ones did. I could be talking out of my ass. Not a big N64 guy, as such. That's why I got that, because I don't really plan on collecting for it much. Next, I guess let's get into some more, quote, modern stuff. I completely forgot about this. I don't even know. I think I bought this off GameStop. I think I had a coupon, and it was like on a deep sale. Risen by Piranha Bytes and THQ Nordic. Looks like a pretty cool open world action RPG, so I figured I'd pick it up. I want to say I got this for like literally $5 or something, so couldn't say no. And next, the 360 game. I know what you're saying. Why the hell are you buying a 360 game? Well, Enchanted Arms. Ubisoft, right? Well, not quite. There we go. It's always hard going backwards. From Software, baby. One of the few From Software games that I actually don't own. I still need like a Togi and stuff, and then obviously Kuon on PS2 is insanely expensive, but I figured I'd pick this up. And it's complete. So one day we'll get to that on the channel. I heard mixed things about it, but you know what? I love old FromSoft and new, so pretty stoked. Next, let's get into a... Oh, it's funny, another THQ game. Yep. Or at least published by them. We have the Grandstream Saga on the PS1. So, this is in pretty good shape. It's complete, obviously. From what I understand, this is also part of the Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, and Terranigma sphere. This is made... I think it's made by most of the same people. I heard mixed things about it. It looks pretty good. It has a very similar-ish looking style to it, even though it's on next gen. The RPG that debuted at #1 in Japan. I wonder... Nothing probably came out that week, but... No, I heard it's a pretty good game, so I'm definitely looking forward to playing it at some point in the future. Obviously, I've covered the other three, I'd say extensively, but I should probably, like, maybe revisit Soul Blazer and do a better review for that. Illusion of Gaia and Terranigma are covered pretty extensively, but anyways, excited to add that. I think I got this for free off of Amazon with rewards. This was also, I think this was a January purchase. And up next, we have a pre-order that I made for Sea of Stars on the Nintendo Switch. This is one of the collector's edition things. It's not like the ultimate one. Came with this pretty cool poster slash map. And what you saw me take off was obviously the special edition slipcover, whoops, that it came with. And here's the actual game. Definitely feels very weighty, so it obviously comes with a manual. I want to say it comes with stickers and shit too, but I haven't actually opened it up yet. I heard good things about it, but then I also heard mixed things about it, like that it's not as good as people were saying originally. I'm gonna get to it at some point. I am looking forward to it. And here we have 2 games from, remember I mentioned I went to Robot City earlier in the year with my wife. Got that manual, and we also got 4 games, which are the final 4 things that I'm going to show you. The first is physical edition of Cult of the Lamb for the Nintendo Switch. I don't really have any desire to play it. I heard good things. I got this for my wife, and she was obsessed with it for about a month and a half. Pretty cool to have. Robot City has a buy 3 get 1 free deal, which is why I have 4 games. Makes sense, right? I decided to grab Flashback for the Switch. I don't know if this is like a remaster or literally just a port of Flashback. I haven't played Flashback yet myself. I did play Out of This World. I think it was called Another World in the PAL territories when I was a kid. It was one of the only games I owned, actually. So I was always intrigued by that style, albeit a little bit clunky. You know, with the heavy visuals, sort of Prince of Persia-like. A lot of trial and error, but looks really cool. Glad to have it on the Switch. And the final 2 games of the pickups. A sports game, believe it or not. Hit the Ice Loose for Super Nintendo by Taito. Has that like River City Ransom type of feel to it. It's in overall pretty good shape. Unfortunately, the Robot City stickers are actually pretty hard to get off, and I'm too lazy to do the whole Goo-Gon thing at the moment. And then lastly, we have Big Sky Trooper, which I think is a LucasArts game, right? It says JVC, but I almost want to say it's a LucasArts game. I could be talking out of my ass, but this is a game that I've actually been wanting to play for quite some time. I did get swindled though, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't realize the top of the label was messed up. I didn't do my due diligence there, but still pretty happy with it. Maybe someday I'll add the manual in the box, but we'll see. Overall, guys, I feel like it's a pretty successful last 7.5 months or so. Pickups videos are probably going to be few and far between. I would say maybe expect like 2 a year at this point. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And stay tuned for more retro gaming coverage and live streams. Again, I apologize, guys. Life is just kind of out of control these days. Work's crazy, health issues with the family, just less free time in general. I'm trying my best to keep up. Obviously, I don't have an obligation or anything, but I just wanted to kind of say that to you guys. I'm trying my best to keep up with the content, but things are not like they were back in 2020, 2021, 2, and even 3. So when the content comes, it comes, and I'm going to try to make sure that it's as high quality as possible for you guys. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video.